Good evening. It's Sunday, July 22nd, and time for the HideNet Week in Review. I'm Managing Editor Vera Dordick, sitting in for Don Osmond again this week. From the United States this week, prices were again lower across the board. Selections like heavy Texas steers were able to keep the loss to about $1, but others like butt-branded steers were down $2 to $3. Heifers and cows were also dollars lower. The report includes some statistics on the decreases that specific selections have seen so far this year, so you'll want to have a look at those. Not surprisingly, again, slaughter exceeded sales and export shipments again this week, and with slaughter figures hitting their seasonal highs, they're not going to be decreasing for some time. Also in this week's report, we take a look at what's behind the numbers that are being reported as hide sale prices and what the situation is with all the rumored special deals and special prices. Editor Andre Guolo reports from Europe that a number of cow origins saw another 5-cent drop last week. With regard to bull hides, some origins have also seen declines, on average of 5 cents per kilo. These include Belgium, Holland, and Spain. This week, Andrea discusses the end of the season before the traditional European holidays and what has been happening with fresh hides on the continent in advance of that holiday. There's also an interesting development with footwear makers in Italy, as well as some seasonal restrictions on wastewater emissions in Arzignano. Turning to Latin America, Ronald Guial reports that most markets have been calm during the week with few changes. HideNet has heard conflicting reports about the sales of Brazilian TR1 in recent weeks, and as with many other selections, the TR1 price has a number of contributing factors that have been affecting sales and sales prices. In addition, there have been many reports of special deals far below asking prices for volume purchases. So similar to what we address in the U.S. report this week, we take a deeper look at what's going on with the price discrepancies we're hearing about with regard to Brazilian TR1. Needless to say, you'll want to read up on that issue. Otherwise, in South America, a number of leather and footwear fairs are going on, and we have a report from Colombia about an influx of illegal leather goods. Also from Mexico, there's an interesting item about the lack of leather and footwear workers in the sector. Before we sign off tonight, we want to remind you that the European holidays are coming up, and next week will be our last European report until just before ACLE. And our last international report will be on the 31st before the break. So until next week, have a good week and see you then. Good night.